Welcome back to Paradise Gym, my place of physical change and spiritual reflection. And we're closing off the Thanksgiving holidays and starting into the Christmas season and Christmas holidays. But I just want to say, hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving, but hopefully Thanksgiving doesn't stop with Thanksgiving Day, right? We have so much to be thankful for, not only on Thanksgiving, but in everyday life. We always have something to be thankful for. And one of the things that is more seen by me or getting a better grasp and understanding of is that gift of salvation. And I've never grasped it like I have, especially throughout this year in my studies. And I've grasped it a lot more than ever before and what that salvation really means and what it really is. And so I'm thankful for family, friends, thankful for the meal that we had on Thanksgiving, the fellowship. It was a great time that we had with family. But still, even in all that gift of salvation, which is something that no one else can give but Christ, man, it is something that I will be thankful for and really understand what it really is and what it really means. And daily, I thank Him for that gift of salvation, for that grace that He has given me that allows me to have that salvation. And so I hope you can do the same. And now getting into Christmas, man, who doesn't love Christmas? We're getting prepared for it. You can't see them right now, but putting up Christmas lights and doing all the decorations and Christmas tree, and it's a good time. And we're preparing for that Christmas day. But I want us to also remember, in doing so, that we're preparing our homes and the lights, and we're preparing all these different things. But more important than that, so that we can truly sense that gift of Christ being born and what He has done for us, being born and what that truly means, but also that we are preparing our hearts. That we are preparing our hearts so that we can have a better and true understanding of what it all means and what Christmas really is, which is that gift of love that God has given us. All right? And so in that, I just want to read this real quick. This is in Colossians chapter 3. This is verse 12. And it says, "Put on, therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another and forgiving one another if anyone have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye." These are God's laws. These are the commandments that we were given. Okay? We got to become kind as Christ is kind. We got to become loved as Christ is nothing but love. God is love. Humbleness of mind, meekness, forbearing one another, forgiving one another. So that you can have a better, true walk with Christ. And this Christmas season, if you have a quarrel against someone, if you had some type of disagreement, you had a falling out with a family member, a friend, guys, we have to begin to learn to forgive as Christ has forgiven us. Forgive and leave that stuff behind us and move forward so that we can truly have a great Christmas this year. Hopefully this Christmas is the best Christmas you've ever had in your life. And in doing so, the beginning steps are, we got to be kind as Christ is kind. We got to be compassionate as Christ is compassionate. Long-suffering or patient, meekness with one another as He is the same with us. We got to truly understand what walking in love is. When Christ looks at us and when we are judged, He's going to look at our hearts. And the biggest thing that He's going to look at is, were we walking in love? If we begin to walk in love, all the commandments and laws that he has for us will be taken care of if we're truly walking in love, as he has done for us. We're not to condemn the world, but he has come to save and free us through love. We got to remember, the heavens are open unto us who believe in him. Yes, when those last days come and we finally stand before the judgment seat and we're able to walk into heaven, that is our long-term goals. But right here, right now, we have heaven here on earth for those who believe in him. Those powers are given to us. Those gifts are given to us now. You've ever heard the phrase, heaven on earth? That's because those who believe in him, who have accepted Christ as their Lord and Savior, those powers are for us right now. So we have to begin to trust him, walk in love, act as he would have us to do. And those beginning steps of all of this is forgiveness. Just as he forgave us, please forgive those who have offended you. Ask for forgiveness for those that you have offended. And that way, bondage, you will be set free from bondage. He said he comes to set the captives free. And that's how we're set free. By walking, truly walking in love. And those who walk in love, he says, you are my friend. Now, how do we walk in love? Through kindness, being compassionate, through patience. That's how we walk in love. All right, so remember that this Christmas season, as you're preparing yourselves for the Christmas day, but don't forget to truly, which is the most important, is prepare the heart for his coming. Okay, we're preparing for the holiday, but we must truly be prepared for his second coming, and it will happen, whether it's in our lifetime or not. But that second coming of Christ, are our hearts prepared and ready? So forgive one another today and walk in love. Okay? And the powers of heaven are ours right now. In Jesus' name. All right? All right, guys. This is week 3. I know I skipped a week. Thanksgiving, holiday, family, friends, and that week just went by so quickly and didn't have a chance to make a video for you guys. But this is week 3 on the strength training program. All right. And so week 3, got it written down right here before I forget what it all is. Week 3, 7 sets of 7 reps of 62%, rounded off as close as you guys can get it. Okay. 62.5% of your 1 rep max. Okay. That's what it is. 7 sets of 7 reps. And that's going to be on the barbell bench press, right? The beginning of it, that's the strength training portion of it. And then from there, we go on to some of those accessory lifts that are going to help us to continue to get stronger, as well as build muscle as we continue to go on this journey. All right, so 7 sets, 7 reps, 3 to 5 minute rest in between. Okay, because we want to make sure we're hitting each and every set and each and every rep. All right, then from there, going to go into second exercise is the close grip barbell bench press. All right, so first, just right outside of shoulder width, strength training, then close grip, bring your arms in closer. Remember, be a little cautious on the wrist, so don't go in too far if it doesn't feel comfortable. So we want to make sure we bring it in a little bit, start doing some close grips. Going to do 8 to 12 reps, all right, and that's 3 to 5 sets. Hopefully you're gotten a little bit stronger as you continue to add weight, and if not, use the weight that you can do, all right? But we want to hit the sets and reps, all right? And then from there, exercise 3, we're going to go back into the incline dumbbell, okay? So if you guys notice, week 2, we went from We went from barbell to dumbbell, and we're gonna bounce back and forth each week. So that way we're making sure we're continuing to get that unilateral strength, all right, as well as building muscle unilaterally, okay? Because that's what we want to make sure that we're getting equal amount of strength and equal amount of tension, because sometimes your stronger side will take over if you're only doing barbells. Okay, so you want to go dumbbell, barbell each week as much as possible if you can. All right, so close grip, barbell, 8 to 12 reps. Incline dumbbell this week with 8 to 12 reps. Again, 3 to 5 sets. And then back to flies. You guys remember I gave you a variation on the last video with some bands. I showed you how to do the floor flies, okay? Remember, I always say if you're gonna do flies, make sure you keep the shoulders strong and healthy. Don't go so deep. Good way to tear some pecs, hurt your shoulders, and the floor is gonna help you to make sure you're not going too far stretch as you're doing your flies, right? If you're at a gym, you have some pec deck machines and other things that you can use. That's always good too. All right, but always make sure you're maintaining your strength and stay healthy as you continue to go on through this. All right, so I'm just giving you tips, not saying you have to do exactly what I'm telling you to do. If you feel like you want to get out there and you have the experience and you feel like you can do more than what I'm telling you to do, and you can do a full fly, for all means do it. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just telling you, for those who are really like myself, I am really mind conscious now. As wisdom continues to work with me, I got to make sure I'm trying to maintain as much good health as possible. All right, so don't want to be finding myself where I actually have to continue to do lighter weight and reps, or maybe even cut out exercises or my workouts because I'm injuring myself. Okay, I try to stay mind conscious of what my body's telling me and what works good for me. So do what you got to do. All right. You guys remember skull crushers? First week we did barbell. The last workout we did dumbbell skull crusher. Remember, keep mind of where your head is as you're doing those, lying down. All right. But this week we're back to the barbell skull crusher. All right. And if you guys don't remember, just go back to one of the other videos. All right. And as I walk through some of these things, and what I want to continue to do is try to give you some variations, just in case something's not working for you, or you don't have the right equipment, or just want to show you what you can do to improvise when need to. All right. So that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to continue to try to do as much as possible when possible. All right. So skull crushers this week, skull crushers, barbell, 3 to 5 sets, 8 to 12 reps. And if you guys remember, the last exercise was tricep extensions. I think the first week we did cable push downs. All right. I've showed you seated. I've showed you the chair and how to do the seated tricep extensions. All right. And one thing that I want to share with you is this. And that is dips. Dips are a great way to finish a chest and tricep workout. But if you're like me, I'm always cautious of my chest. I'm always cautious of my delts and my shoulders, because I've had shoulder injuries in the past, and that's why I'm very, very cautious of what I do and what I don't do today. And that's why I just try to give you those tips so that you don't have to bear through some of those things, those mistakes that I've made. But dips, great way to close off a good chest and tricep workout. But one thing that I've learned and understand when it comes to dips, especially like dip machines and things like that, is the grip on those dip machines. I have my pull-up bar, dip station, and abs on that same machine, on that same equipment there. But always the handles for dips I feel are way too far out there. And I feel a lot more stress on my shoulders than I do my pecs. I feel a lot more stress on the shoulders than I do my triceps. But one thing that I've gone back to, and this is something I did when I was younger, I'm always trying to give you tips, things that I did when I was younger. Didn't have all the equipment, didn't have all the right setups, but I've always learned to improvise and use the things that are around me. So I'm gonna show you what what you can do, you don't have to do this, but this is something that I used to do, and I'm kind of getting back into some of those old exercise things that felt good and I felt like they were working, was using a chair to do dips. All right. One thing with chairs, it allows me to bring my arms in, right? If it's a good, comfortable position for me. All right. And one thing, just keep in mind, guys, you don't have to go super deep when doing dips. All right. We're not trying to work shoulders. We're doing dips for triceps and we're doing dips for chest. All right. So going really, really deep into an uncomfortable position, good chance or good way to hurt yourselves. All right. So be conscious mind of that when you're doing dips. All right. But I'm going to show you how to do it with chairs, something that I used to do. And like I said, I'm doing this again. So here we go. Got my chairs already set up so you guys can see. All right. So I put the chairs together. You guys see, I got a couple of towels. Put a couple of towels on the end of the chairs. That way it helps feel a little bit better on the hands, especially as you release your body weight and start to push. All right. Because sometimes you're going to feel it in your hands, but just put a couple of towels, sponges, whatever you have to put on there, works wonders. Also, if you've never, especially beginning, because this is something new for a lot of people, set it up against something that's going to help to keep it a little bit stable, because you're going to have to learn to stabilize yourself as you do these dips. So this side here I have against my bench press right here, kind of helps stabilize that, and then I still have the chair on the opposite side. All right, and then you can now do whatever feels good for you. You can move it out, you can move it in, you can bring it really, really close, just right side of the body. Bring it out just a little bit more. What feels good. You know, if you're limited to equipment, want to try something different, you're working out at home in your own garage like I do, man, it's a great way to improvise and still get a good workout in. All right. So this is how you do it. Set your chairs up to what feels good for you, and do a couple of sets. Do a couple of sets, maybe 1 or 2 reps just to see how it feels. All right, and each time you do this, you'll find that perfect comfort zone, and then you'll know how to use it and how to make it work for you. All right, so you don't have to do as close as I'm doing it. You go out a little bit farther, whatever feels good, but it's a good way to still get some dips in and feel comfortable afterwards. All right, so got my chair set up. Just remember, you're going to have to learn to balance yourself. So this is actually good because you're getting some stability work, because you're trying to balance your body as you're doing these dips. It's not fixed. So remember, if you're getting too far out there and you're not able to control your body weight, these chairs still can flip. So just keep that in mind. If you have family and friends or kids, have them sit on the ends, and that'll help stabilize it even more and even better. But you know, like me, I'm always training by myself. I just love to train that way. But as you get better at this, it'll become more natural. You'll get more comfortable and still get a good exercise and good workout in. All right. You don't have to do these. You can just do the push downs if you feel like that's better for you. You do push downs. Just trying to give you variations. Trying to continue to make this workout fun. All right, and it just, when you change it up, it's just good for the mind. It's good for the workout. It just makes the workout so much better and fun for me. Doing something different as I'm able to just does wonders for my training and my workouts, and just keeps me interested and all those good things. All right, but let me get to it. I'm talking a little bit too much here. All right, so here we go. Set it up, and remember, guys. So you're gonna sit here. Remember, the straighter the body is, the more tricep work you're going to get. If you lean a little bit forward as you're doing it, you're going to start to pull in some pectoral muscle as well as some triceps. So I would play with it. Maybe do a couple straight up, do a couple little bit leaning. Try not to lean too far forward. You don't want to flip over, but change it up as you go. All right? So here we go. And still, we want to try to hit 3 to 5 sets. We're going to go 8 to 12, maybe even 15 reps as you get comfortable and you get stronger and you're feeling it. I would still go no more than 15 reps, but we want to try to definitely at least hit about 8. Okay, between 8 and 15. All right, so here we go. Got set up. I'm here. I'm going to get up. I always cross my legs. You don't have to cross your legs. I just cross them. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. All right. So 3 to 5 sets. I just did 15 reps. Again, 8 to 15 is the sweet spot. All right. And down the road, if you get stronger and you want to start adding weight and all kinds of different things, you can always do that. But I'm always looking to help the beginner, somebody who's trying to improve, get better, who doesn't feel like they know exactly what to do or how to even get started. And again, guys, if something's not working for you, get it out of there, throw it out of there. Okay, make sure it's something that works for you. One of the biggest mistakes we do is trying to follow exactly what somebody else is doing. That's why I try not to show you the exact weight that I'm using all the time, because I don't want you to follow the weight that I'm using. I want you to use your starting point. Because some may be weaker than I am. You're new, never trained before. Somebody may be more advanced than I am and a lot stronger than I am. And so I want you to use the weight that works for you. All right? But as I'm showing you tips and exercises, the things that feel good or work for you, use them. And if something just truly does not feel good for you, for whatever reason it is, and you feel like it's something that may hurt you, take that completely out of your program. Don't stick with it. All right? So I'm just trying to give you tips. Pull in the things that you want. Get rid of the stuff that you don't. All right? So that's how you're going to get better. All right? So stop trying to follow exactly what somebody else is doing, because everybody's on a different page. Some people are on different things, different programs, got different goals. There's so many differences and variables. So don't follow exactly what somebody else is doing. You got to follow yourself, where you are, trust God in everything that you do, okay? Because he said he'll give you wisdom that surpasses all understanding. And that's even in your training. Trust him, ask for his help to guide you in your workouts, okay? In all things, trust God. And again, even in your training, all right? So guys, hopefully that helps somebody, and hopefully I can stay on track from here on and give you the week per week like I'm supposed to do. All right, so remember, this is week 3. If you've just started, this is your first time watching this, go back and pick up week 1 and week 2. All right, and this is now week 3. All right, hopefully this gets you to that point that you want to get to in your strength training journey. All right, and as always, until next time, to God be the glory.